Remember going to buy a light bulb and there'd be like 2 kinds to choose from? Now the light bulb aisle is the physical embodiment of decision fatigue, leaving you weeping openly in Lowe's. The same thing has happened to supplements.
There are over 55,000 products on the market right now.
John Travis is a senior research scientist at NSF International, which brings supplements into the lab to test what's really in those pills and powders, and
We've repeatedly found mislabeled ingredients that probably should not be in there.
now that you're as terrified as I am, let's break down the details, starting with stimulants and pharmaceuticals that should not be in those supplements.
Especially if you're taking weight loss products, bodybuilding products, sexual enhancement products. Those are the most likely to be adulterated with pharmaceuticals or unsafe ingredients.
And the dangers?
They can have things like ephedrine, OXILOFRINE, amphetamine, or even DMA in there. There's been no safety testing on most of these stimulants. Potential risks are stroke, heart failure. There's even been some implications of death.
And they suck you in with deceptive, innocuous labels that make things sound natural. Let's keep the hit parade rolling with steroids.
They frequently show up in bodybuilding products, or what they'll call on some of these sites hardcore products. Androstenedione is actually the science name for steroids, so a lot of brands will call it Andro.
So what product will allow me to eat whatever I want, never exercise, and still look ripped?
Not a legal one.
Every party has a pooper, John. The next potential mystery ingredient in your supplements? Contaminants. Like, what are we talking here?
Mercury, lead, arsenic, cadmium.
And the only thing worse than mercury in retrograde is mercury in your liver. But it's not just chemicals.
It can even be like a human hair or insect parts, or even pieces of metal from the processing equipment.
Established brands that use good manufacturing practices don't have these problems, but supplements are still relatively unregulated compared to pharmaceuticals, so
Those things happen when you make it in your parents' basement.
finally, botanical products are made from plant sources, which can carry pesticides. You know how you rinse your veggies before you cook? Yeah, well, you can't rinse the ingredients in that pill. And
The majority of the raw botanical ingredients are coming out of China.
whose regulations are more lax than here in the US. Remember, most pesticides are nerve agents, and
They can be an issue if the manufacturer is not testing to make sure the product does not have these pesticides in them.
so now that I've scared the bejesus out of you, what can you actually do? Well, ask your pharmacist about the ingredients you don't recognize, let your doctor know what supplements you're taking, and look for the NSF seal on the label, which means the manufacturing plant has been inspected and the ingredients have been verified. Knowing what's in your supplements is at the top of the list.